Hi guys, my name's Chris Charnley and I'm running for president again. I stood here a year ago and spoke to you guys about wanting to change your union. I feel that this year we've massively changed things. It's centred around benefits for students no matter what area you're involved in. It's about putting students at the centre of everything we do. We've lived up to a lot of our promises this year and I feel that we've really driven things forward. I now stand before you to talk about protecting the student experience. As we're all aware, the university have made massive cutbacks across services, teaching, learning. They made massive reductions in bursaries, which the union thankfully was able to save for next year, saving over £1 million in student finance. My manifesto is centred around protecting students' current potential and making sure that you guys are entitled to the student experience that I had and many have had before me. How will I achieve this? Part-time jobs is a way forward. I believe the university should be offering a wider range of part-time employment to all students across a different range of sections. What I'm hearing is that students are having to work more part-time jobs without having to get the skills that they could be getting from working in offices across various different faculties, working here and getting employment at a good wage that doesn't cost your academic experience. Opportunities within the union. I feel that Bullet Magazine and Media Crew have been massively underutilised this year. They provide industry experience, high training. I think using those two as an example, this is where we can develop opportunities. Accommodation. Let's be honest, it's not that impressive across the city. The university courts is appalling, charging nearly close to £100 a week, and the standard is it's abysmal. So many complaints, more can be done. Your role as president, you need a strong leader, someone who can live up to his promises. I've done that this year, which is why I'm re-standing for my position. Re-elect Chris Charnley and I'll ensure the best student experience for everyone. Thank you very much.
Hi, good evening. I'm Lucy Alborough. I'm running for the position of Student Union President. I'm currently a third-year student studying advertising and marketing and social secretary of the women's rugby team. I won't lie to you, it wasn't until we sat down this year and looked for next year's committee that I realised what's going to happen next year. What's going to be happening to the students, who's going to be here, and what can I do for them? How can I make it better for them? And looking back over the past 2 years, I've seen the SU grow, and I've seen the different positions open up and the AU blossom, and just generally the SU go from strength to strength. It's something I would say I've had a part in doing, and I've been involved with. I'm a team player. I've always been heavily involved with teams, and I believe that SU will work wonders as a fully functioning team, getting what they can do for you. I also understand that there's a need for leadership and taking decisive action. I accept that I can't change everything, but until all of us try, how will we ever know? For the main issues that are important to current students and up and coming, first and foremost is the libraries. 24/4 has worked wonders, but I feel it needs to be done more often because, let's face it, who hasn't left their work till the last minute? Also, accessibility to books and journals it needs to be done at more times because everyone works best at different times. Also, the Dart Centre, because I feel it's not about labelling people and it's not about segmenting them. It's about helping you get the best from your experience at university. Otherwise, why pay thousands of pounds getting yourself into debt? Also, I feel that tutor-student relations and just general communication needs to be better around the university. How many of you have turned up to a seminar to find it's been cancelled? Thank you.
Obviously, as I can improve this year, 24-hour library was a massive objective of mine. It was one of the key priorities, and I've achieved that. There's been the longest running period of 24-hour library this year, and I'm about to start discussion for extending that across a 3-month period for next year. Looking at the part-time employability agenda, the way in which we can extend this across the year and throughout the week instead of it having it at peak times is having students actually work in the library, and I think that's a great way of driving it forward. I don't think it's a case of broken promises this year. It's about starting a process and ensuring that things are followed through. The 24-hour library can be done, however we need to work with what we've currently got. Like I said, cutbacks are happening. I'm not going to promise you a massive 24-hour library 7 days a week because that's impossible. It's about working with what we've got, getting students in there, getting them learning skills and developing services. Thank you.
I think this year, 24-hour library is a big deal, and politicians offer you empty promises. I'm not a politician, I'm an advertising student. I don't think it's unrealistic, I've not I'm not giving you free meals or anything. Stuff I've given you is stuff that is required and it's what needed to help our experiences here. So 24-hour libraries, it's a case of getting people involved and getting the awareness out there. I think when you look at the cuts, one of the things you can't officially address it until you see what budget's cuts are and where your budget's going to lie, and it's going to be one of them things that I can't tell you we're going to cut the money from here, can't tell you, because honestly I don't know where the money's going to come from, but it's one of the things that you can look at and you can allocate and things that people really need.
Looking at it in two ways, on a national level I think that's great. I think working with one overall message really does have an impact with national government, as we've seen over recent years. On a local level, the university aren't going to listen to someone that's external. The university will listen to the Students' Union because we show the students and the student experience is value for money. I think working with them both together as a greater campaign will be effective, but looking at the students at this campus and how they will be affected, which is my priority, with the national campaign as a back priority, I think it's working with the university to show that students on this campus are value for money, and when they say cut back, I'll say fight back. I've already started a lot of work on this recently, having spent the past few weeks trying to ensure that the generations of students to come, their financial impacts are secured. We've been able to save, like I said before, £1 million in bursaries, and as part of that, there was a huge consultation process with the university of about 2 weeks, where I was constantly consulting with students, and out of that, we were able to develop a hardship fund. The university came in with a £30,000 offer. They weren't willing to move. I said I wasn't willing to budge unless I got 50. I came out with 50 because I've worked extremely hard this year with the university to show that students at this campus deserve the best student experience, and that's what I promise to do. That is only the start if I get elected. I'll ensure that I work with the university, senior members, board of governors to ensure that we protect our students, and that's the start how we'll do things.
I completely agree with Chris. It's all about protecting students because, let's face it, money's tight enough as it is. But it's one of the things you just have to keep fighting for, and I think it will always be an issue. People are always going to try and save money, but it's a case of putting forward and saying, no, you can't, you've got to look after your students. How else do you expect them to keep coming back to the uni?